a month-to-month lease that says you have to give each other 30 days notice to break it. Okay, now, a lot of people don't understand what 30 days means. For example, if you have a lease that goes from the 1st to the 1st, you have to give notice right before the 1st for it to be effective for the next 1st, before the next 1st.
Okay.
So did your lease go from the 15th to the 15th, the 10th to the 10th, the 1st to the 1st? What did your lease go?
1st to 1st.
Okay, so if you gave her notice on the 9th, when did you expect her to be out?
The 8th of February.
Yeah, see, you can't just do that. You're not allowed to just go in, unless you just don't want to be paid for it. Then you could sacrifice. You could tell her you don't have to pay for the first 8 days in February, or did you want her to pay per diem up to the time she left?
I am happy to go either way.
Okay, well, in that case, see, the notice is just to be fair. So what you need to do is start an eviction if she won't leave voluntarily.
There's a moratorium, though.
Hold on, though. What did she say when you said you wanted her to leave? Did she say, I can't because of COVID?
No, she said, I can't do that. You know I can't do that. I don't have any money. I can't go anywhere.
You just said last time, before we went to the break, something about COVID.
Yes. Later on in a different conversation, she said, you can't do this because of COVID. And I said, well, I think you need to look at what COVID really says.
It says if you're affected by COVID, not meaning if you have it, but if it affects your life.
It doesn't really say, it doesn't go into specifics. You know? It doesn't really. Go ahead.
I suppose you could say, I don't know what you could say.
Hey, Terry, seriously, Terry, in all honesty, be very serious. What's the riff? You said she was paid up on her rent. What's going on?
This was my mistake. She was moving from Sacramento. She desperately needed a place in Denver. She wanted to be able to walk to work at Amazon. I'm 8 blocks away. She has 3 Pomeranians.
Well, why? But you're the one that let her in, though. You're the one that let her in.
Yes, I did. Okay. Yes, I did.
But are the dogs ruining the place? What's the riff?
She won't let me in her bedroom. She has cameras, she says.
Well, what's wrong with that? She's renting it. Why do you want to be in her bedroom?
Only to see if there's any damage from those silly dogs.
Oh.
Which means there probably is.
She keeps them locked up in there during the day?
All day.
Well, you should have never allowed that. 3 Pomeranians. You're never going to get rid of her. That's the problem. You're stuck with her right now. You are stuck with her. I mean,
Tell me why.
And you could be stuck with her.
Why.
Well, here's why. Because it's a tenancy, and she's claiming hardship because of COVID, and according to the government, you can't evict her.
Not for another 17 days.
Well, unless they lift it. Right. They're going to extend it.
Okay.
You wait. They're going to extend it.
Yeah, that's all you got to say, too. It doesn't mean you had to lose your job. You can say, hey, I can't even go look for a new place because I'm afraid of.
Yeah. So here's what you need to do, though, just to be ready. You're allowed to get an eviction and hold it until after the stay.
Okay.
So go ahead. What I would do, and I would give her notice now.
You know, I got another idea. Would you be happy, honestly, if you went in there and there was no damage? Would this be over?
No.
Then it doesn't matter.
You just don't want her there anymore. Does she ever come out of her room?
As seldom as possible. She eats when she thinks I'm not around. But it's like Pigpen in the comics. I'm cleaning up after her everywhere she goes.
Hey, get a pit bull.
The other thing.
How much does she pay?
$600. And I even agreed to divide it up for her so that she could pay $200 with her first paycheck of the month and $400 on the second paycheck.
But she is paid. She paid for January, right?
She paid the first Friday of January. The other $400's due tomorrow.
Man, if she figures out she doesn't even have to pay you, that's going to be nasty. Because she doesn't even have to pay you. Now you can go after her, but you're not going to get anything.
Is she a big gal?
Mm-hmm. A what gal?
Big.
Mark.
No, what she means is, are you afraid? Is she
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Now listen.
Actually, that's not what I meant. I meant, is she really big?
Why? What does that have to do with it?
Well, she just said pig pen. I was just trying to mentally picture something, but now you really put me on the spot. Thanks, Tom.
A trail of dust behind her.
Yeah. So listen, a serious question here. You did you give her notice again when you realized you have to give her notice right now? Unfortunately, you have to give her notice that you want her out at the end of February.
Yeah, I can do that.
Give official notice. Now listen, you put it on the door, official notice. Then you go and get a hearing. You can still, if it's not extended, that hearing will be in place. Then there's no choice. She gets her stuff out on the sidewalk. But do the process and do it properly. And we couldn't get a hold of our attorney, but I'm sure he's going to tell you the same thing. You give notice, go through the process. As soon as it's over, it's done, the stay, you evict her. And that's it. More and more landlords are getting screwed these days. 303-713-TALK. Tim, welcome to the show. What's going on, Tim?
Well, I'm getting ready to take a trip to Mexico, and I was just wondering about health insurance.
Are you insane? No, you want travel insurance, you mean, or do you mean health insurance?
Well, yeah, in case I get sick or something.
Well, travel insurance is in case it's canceled or something. They do have accident coverage. I don't think they have normal sickness coverage. They might. Travel insurance comes in all shapes and sizes. Do you have regular health insurance?
Well, I have the VA.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, travel insurance would be apropos if you got it. You're wondering where to get it. That's a good question.
No, he's talking health insurance.
What are you talking about, Tim? Are you talking about a health insurance policy? Because if you are, you have to sign up at in the exchange for Colorado, okay?
No. It won't cover him in Mexico, though.
Well, some insurance
No, most don't, man. You're not covered in other countries, generally.
So, Tim, are you talking about just health insurance for this trip?
Yes.
That's called travel insurance.
Okay.
Okay, so...
what are you afraid of, though? I mean, if you break your leg, that's one thing. If you catch COVID, that's a different. So what are you trying to get covered?
Well, I don't know if I have a heart attack and get put in the hospital. I don't want to end up with a huge bill or something.
Yep. We're going to get an expert on.
You know what? We're going to call both an insurance place, and we're going to call, let's say, Compass Insurance and Integra Insurance. They're two different things because it's a travel insurance, but maybe you can buy a limited travel policy.
I know there's ones for emergencies, but I don't know ones for long hospital stays.
And then we got to talk about out of country. You brought up a good topic, so if you hold on, we're going to get some expert opinions.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell and Pollock Legal Show right here on KHOW every Saturday morning at 7. It's a live call-in show to give Coloradans like you free legal advice on any topic you'd like to discuss with them.
Fairway Collision Center is a family-owned auto body shop that gives you quality workmanship at a fair, competitive price. Since 1994, neighbors have received great service, whether it's repairing a small dent or restoring your car. For more info, go to fairwaycollision.com.
Free legal advice. I really mean it. If you're in a car accident and you're injured and you don't know where to turn, I mean, obviously, you take care of your injuries, but in the days and weeks following, you're going to wonder what to do if someone ruined your car, your employment, your pain and suffering is terrible, and you want to know, is someone responsible to me? John Fuller will answer all of your questions and give free legal advice. Just call him. And then if you hire him, you don't have to. If he thinks he can help, you hire him. It's on contingency only, so you're never out of pocket. John Fuller, 303-597-4500, 303-597-4500. Look for John Fuller. Search for him on referralist.com. All right, you heard on the show earlier, Ted Rowland, the owner of K&H Home Solutions. They've been around for 64 years, I believe, and Ted's owned them over 30. I've known Ted the whole time. And he really believes in what he does and takes care of his customers. Right now, you can book online at khwindows.com your own appointment to look at siding, windows, and doors. The best siding, the best windows, and the best doors. I'm serious when it comes to siding. You won't find anything better. Everlast siding. You can soak the damn stuff in water. It won't harm it. Pound it with a hammer. It won't harm it. So you get 40% off windows or siding or doors or all of them. 303-421-7100 if you want to call, 421-7100, or make your own appointment and look at the company at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might be kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new Fast Track loan with an unbelievable...
After the inauguration, I don't even understand, how do you have an impeachment trial when somebody's already out of office? I don't get it.
No fees.
They must know what they're doing. I mean,
they're going to fuck Biden over if they keep this shit up.
Even if you refinance in the last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out.
Can you believe it? Can you imagine? The first 100 days, as they always call it, is still all about Trump. It's pretty amazing, really.
The Fast Track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844.
So here's the problem with even the ones that maybe you can get a rider on your own policy. I don't know. But most of the coverage you're talking about, like travel insurance that has it, you realize you generally pay everything out of pocket. And a lot of countries won't let you fucking leave till it's paid. And then you submit everything for reimbursement. And then good luck. You know what I'm saying?
That's what made me choose them for my dentistry. And more importantly,
it's usually just a waste of fucking money. The bottom line is don't have a heart attack in Mexico.
Advanced, complicated dental work. And to put it plainly, I only want her working with the best. And that is just what Doctors Yaros, Augustine, Zeppelin, and Son are, the best. But don't just take my word for it. Don't even just take their peers' word for it. Check out the hundreds of tremendous glowing reviews from their patients who say that Aspenwood Dental have changed their lives for the better. Whether you need a checkup or cleaning, or complicated bridge and implants, or natural-looking dentures, schedule your complimentary consultation today at 303-751-3321. That's 303-751-3321. Or online at aspenwooddental.com. That's aspenwooddental.com.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine Pancreatic Insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI
oily stools, fuck no!
Other common digestive conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
From the Exogen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
30 seconds. Colder temperatures, highs only in the 30s, but feeling like the 20s with those gusts beyond 40 miles per hour. I'm Fox 31, Pinpoint Weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Looking for an easier way to find your next call center or accounting job? It's time to get to know Express Employment Professionals. To find one of more than 8
locations to support any job search, and there's never a fee.
630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. Tell friends about it, 10 to 2 every single weekday. And now Deputy Smarty Marty, he has an update on that moving call. That woman, oh man, it sounded terrible. Like everyone, they get hooked to move. They get a phone estimate. It ends up going over. But what she was really complaining about, she said there was stuff missing and stuff damaged. She didn't take out the insurance. She didn't read the agreement she signed. She didn't read the slip she signed at the end, which probably said, hey, I got everything. But she claims stuff is missing, stuff is damaged, and that they acknowledged it. What about that, Deputy Smarty Marty?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
So I called up the moving company. I spoke with the supervisor, whose name is Tom also. And he said that they sent Patrice a claim form. She needs to fill out the claim form, and they will negotiate the 60 cent per pound recovery. In other words, they'll give her more. So
they'll give her more. Okay.
Yeah, they're not gonna hold to that because they feel that she deserves more. So it's up for negotiation.
Okay.
And that's where we stand. He said it'll take about a month to process, and she can call him back after about 3 weeks from the time she files the claim and see where it stands.
And this is from the movers that are located in the residential neighborhood here in Aurora, right?
Yeah, but what was your impression?
My impression of Tom was quite inviting. He was appreciative. He was easy to speak with. He basically, I feel he's an honorable person.
Okay, well, let's put it. Hey, you know what? Let's see. Let's see if it happens. He didn't have to tell him all that stuff, so let's see if it works, Mark. I don't know.
An honorable mover based out of Florida. I call BS.
But remember this, Marty. Mark will bet against human nature every time.
No. What's the last time a mover based out of Florida has come through in the history of this show?
Well, first of all, we never got him to talk to us.
Well, okay. Once again, the answer is what, though?
We've never gotten him to talk to us.
Never.
We've never gotten him to talk to us. I think it's nice that he got him to talk to us. So anyway,
usually, Tom,
go ahead.
Tom, when I call these companies, I usually get a very defiant response, not like this. So
no, these guys are used to snowing people on moves. They're good at it.
Well, I'm just saying I called a mover before, and similar situation, and they didn't want to talk to me.
Marty, I'm going to bet you lunch, and I usually just do that with Tom. And by the way, he owes me about 8 million lunches.
Don't bet, Marty. He doesn't pay up.
Oh,
okay.
Anyway,
well, you might be right. He could be snowing me just to get me off the phone or whatever. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think not a big deal. I think that I want to believe it, and we'll follow it along. I want to believe it. One Clear Choice Garage Doors, by the way, 24/7 emergency service. If your spring breaks or something, you can do $80 inspections of the whole system and hinge bolt tightening, safety adjustments. One Clear Choice Doors, #1 in garage doors. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Okay, so now let's talk to Jon Jones. He is with Integra Insurance. Those are our health insurance experts. Now, John. Okay, maybe I have him on the wrong one. There he is. John, there you are. John?
This is actually Jared.
Listen, Jared, there's two ways to cover travel. This guy is a VA. He goes to VA. So he doesn't want to buy regular health insurance. He just wants insurance for the trip. Now, I don't know if you are aware of travel insurance that might cover that, or maybe you have a health policy that might cover him. He says, what if I go there and have a heart attack? I'm in intensive care, or I break a leg, something like that.
Yes, we actually do two. We have HCC travel and Geo Blue travel.
And what do they do?
They cover you just like if you have a health insurance plan in the United States. And they also cover exportation and stuff like that if you get hurt outside of the country and you need to be exported to or imported to the United States. It also covers that as well.
Are they just for travel? For example, you buy it just for the duration.
Correct. So you buy it if you go in for a week, you buy it for a week.
Don't you generally pay out of pocket and submit everything afterwards?
Yes.
Well, okay.
It's outside the country.
We've had calls, man, where like someone's in Italy and they owe a hospital about $40,000. They say, bill my insurance company, and they're like, you're not leaving until you pay us the $40,000.
Well, then, what good would that do? A lot of people don't have $40,000 to pay. What would you do then?
Well, you would get Geo Blue or HCC involved.
right, let's talk to Tim. Tim, did you just hear this insurance you can get while you're traveling? What is it called? Is it called travel insurance, health insurance? What is it called?
It's travel insurance, travel, medical, and international health insurance.
Okay, and does it cover other stuff or like trip stuff, or just like if you couldn't fly because you were sick, does it cover your airfare and stuff?
If you want, there are add-ons, yes.
How much do these policies run for a 2-week vacation average?
Yeah, let's say out of the country in Mexico with a limit of $20,000.
It would be, we would put $1 million or $2 million cap on it.
Got it.
For instance, I went to Mexico. My wife and we got travel insurance. We were there for 10 days, and it cost, I think, $150.
Wow.
It's very inexpensive.
Yeah, the biggest problem with it, and I just want people to understand this, is you generally pay out of pocket, then you submit the invoices. Unless,
of course, like you run up such a bill that you can't pay out of pocket. Like Jared said, maybe the company does something. They call and say, we're good for it. I don't know. I mean, Jared, have you ever heard of situations like that?
Yes, you would get the company involved with the hospital.
We had a scuba diving one last year that called in, Tom. It was crazy. They got down, they got the bends, the whole bit, ended up in the hospital, had the travel insurance, and they basically told them they're not leaving till it's paid. They paid it, borrowing money from a family, got back to the state, submitted everything, and the company said, pound sand.
Why? Why would they?
I don't remember the whole call, but Suzanne, do you remember that one?
I wonder what reasons a company would turn down a travel.
The scuba diver that they wouldn't let out of the country until.
Oh yeah.
Well, maybe scuba diving was specifically excluded or something. I don't know, Jared. Are there exclusions?
There are exclusions.
Like if you're mountain climbing or rock climbing or stuff, I'll bet you maybe certain sports are not covered.
Correct. Just like right here in.
If you're going to Peru to rock climb, I'll bet you they say no rock climbing, no scuba diving, and
or maybe if you've been drinking, you're in Mexico, you get drunk, hit your head, they say, hey, you're drunk. We've had those calls.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah,
that is true. I'd have to look deeper into the exclusions for the travel insurance, but yes, there are some exclusions for it. But like the Geo Blue, they work with Anthem Blue Cross, and Anthem has a huge international network.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good to know.
That makes me feel better, actually.
Now, again, open enrollment, I can't stress this enough. Is it closed tomorrow for everything?
Well, it's closed tomorrow for the individual Affordable Care Act plans.
Okay.
So,
what does that mean? What can we buy? What can we buy after tomorrow?
After tomorrow, you cannot get an ACA, Affordable Care Act plan. You would have to get something like a sharing program.
That means no subsidies.
So what about Medicare supplements? Can you buy those after tomorrow?
Yes. The Medicare supplements, if you're turning 65, that's when you...
Right, but if you don't have a qualifying event, if you just want to change supplements...
You can change supplements at any time as long as you're healthy.
I didn't know that. So there's no open enrollment for supplements?
There is no open enrollment for supplements.
Or drug plans?
Prescription drug plans actually ended December 7th.
Okay. Well, thank you, Jared. Yes?
But right now, it's called an open enrollment period.
Yeah.
So you can switch from like a Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan, an MAPD plan, to another Medicare Advantage plan.
Hey, by the way,
the end of March.
By the way, I go to a pharmacy that doesn't do insurance, and I have a drug D plan. They said I can submit those to my company direct. Can you do that, Jared, with a D plan, or do you have to have the pharmacy bill them?
You can definitely send the bills directly to the carrier, yes. Just like insurance.
Good. I didn't know that. Good. Thank you very much. All right, now I want to talk to Compass Insurance right after this.
Okay, Integra really is just bump it. We just did it. We just did it.
We'll have one more spot block.
What's that, sir?
I can move it down to the next one.
Okay, let's do it.
Track traffic. This report is sponsored by
Markles will get found fast. I did it last.
Traffic
right now.
Quiet drive
In a little while.
area
So
right
I keep
now.
on.
I-25 moving
And
out
then
more
I
near
throw
posted
this out.
speed.
That's all you're doing. I throw it out. I didn't need any of it. I'm going to put it out here for these guys. I ate the entire thing. I go nuts about it. My fucking I ate the diet popcorn.
Westbound 270 through Commerce City, and
good.
in the High Country Loveland Pass remains.
That's fake sugar, by the way.
No, it isn't, is it?
Pinpoint weather, cloudy and windy this afternoon, a high right around 40. We'll drop down into the upper 20s overnight tonight. And then tomorrow for your Friday, mostly sunny with a high in the mid-40s. Some scattered snow showers possible on Saturday with a high of 42. It's 37 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Looking for an easier way
Who's
to
the American Liberty guy? You remember his name?
It's time to get to know Express.
You gotta get Found Fast coming up real quick. Just about 7 seconds.
To find one of more than 830 locations to support any job search. And there's never a fee.
All right, this is for all you business owners out there. Really think of this. When is the last time you visited your website? You know when it was? Most likely it was more than 90 days ago, and that's just a fact. But even if it's only been 3 or 4 weeks, there's a company Tom and I use called GetFoundFast.com. They help us with referral lists. What they do is they make sure we rank up there with all the other competition. Listen, if you sell pizzas in Castle Rock, this is my favorite analogy, and someone in Castle Rock types in pizza delivery Castle Rock, if you're on the second or third page, forget it, man. You're not getting the order. These guys at GetFoundFast.com can help you rank. But what I really love is they'll do a webinar with you 100% for free, no high pressure. They'll show you where you'll rank. And guess this, if you do rank good, they'll say, hey, you don't need any help here. These guys are really good. They'll also tell you if your site is mobile friendly. They'll also tell you if your keywords are right for your industry. They do all this for free, and they do it right over the internet. GetFoundFast.com.
Roller coaster stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday, 6:30 KHOW.
Hey, Ann, I'll bet you $500, 500 to 5 to 5. You'll only owe me 5, but I'll give you 500. That Trump's inauguration will have a way bigger crowd than what Biden has.
Chair sits empty. Travel restrictions and quarantine is the new normal. Over and over you have heard, we are all in this together. Meanwhile, your timeshare sits empty and useless.
So this I'm betting that if I win, he only owes me $5. If he wins, I'll give him 500. That Trump's inauguration, the crowd.
I'd be stupid not to take that bet.
You're saying what?
The crowd in the mall will end up being way bigger for Trump than it is for.
Bro, don't you know they're limiting traffic?
Stop it! Shut up! Now they just locked it all down. They closed it. There'll be like 10 people there. The mall's closed. They just said. Damn it!
Mark, real quick, are we counting just the people that are there like supporting Biden, or are we counting like if there's like counter protesters and supporters and all that crap?
No, the mall's closed because of security reasons. There's going to be nobody there.
Asshole, you got me. Okay.
I'll take my $5. Just give it to Suzanne.
Mark, do you realize a $2 trillion package they're going to fucking do?
What does that mean?
The dollar's being devalued, Mark.
No, I know that, but she said I'll get.
I'll tell you what, I'll do it right. I'll give you a chance to double or nothing. I can tell you where you got your shoes.
No, see, this is why I hate betting. No, I'm good.
Literally, I'll tell you where you got your shoes.
National research to ensure that
you can't lie, though.
They're on my feet or something like that. I don't know.
Reviews.
No, I'm good.
Use promo code KHOW for 30% off and try the same ball.
I thought I was going to double dip.
$14. You're not going to be disappointed. BlueSky-CBD.com.
How much are they sending out? $2,000? Is that what he came out and said? I didn't see it.
Well, it's the start of a new year, and if you're a timeshare owner...
Do you remember that dude's name or not?
What, Mark? But if you're stuck on your unwanted timeshare,
Liberty,
it's not too late to get out,
American Liberty.
even if you've already paid those fees. This month only, get a maintenance fee credit with Timeshare Termination Team. So for those timeshare owners who have already paid your maintenance fees this year, it's not too late. Get started with TimeShareTerminationTeam.com. this month, and they will apply what you paid for this year's maintenance fee toward the cost of our services.
That's it.
The termination team will get you out of your timeshare legally and permanently, guaranteed in writing. So if you're ready to finally be free from your timeshare burden, give them a call. Tell them Ross Kaminsky sent you and receive
you want that phone call?
Credit this month
you
only.
want that
So
phone call?
303
Hey, they did get me out, but it cost $48,000.
That's 303-766-2255 or visit timeshareterminationteam.com today.
Maybe they
Timeshare
do it
Termination
different,
Team.
huh?
They will get you out.
Broncos country, it's the start of a new year, and Broncos Fit Challenges are here to provide you with fun workouts you don't need a gym to complete. From cardio and core to strength training, yoga and stretching, Broncos cheerleaders and Miles the mascot provide you with fun fitness instruction to kick off your 2021 right. Visit denverbroncos.com/fit to participate and be entered to win a variety of weekly Broncos prizes. The Broncos Fit Challenges are presented by UC Health Children's Hospital, Colorado, King Supers, Cigna, KDVR, and Channel 2.
All right, guys, back on about 10 seconds.
With Michael Brown. And you know by now, the House has voted once again to impeach Donald Trump. But some Republican lawmakers are calling for the resignation of Liz Cheney from her leadership position for her anti-Trump comments. Let's talk about it at 2.
Hi, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino.
Your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Okay. Let's do what we can to help you, okay? Compass Insurance, Jeremy. Compass Insurance Group, home of the insurance checkup, 303-996-9000. Just remember that, 303-996-9000. And, hey, Jeremy, I want to know something. Do you guys do, I'm just out of curiosity, this is not why I have you on. Do you guys do a lot of insurance checkups?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Great. Because if people call, honest to God, they'll tell you if you have great insurance coverage or not. And they'll tell you if you have a great deal. But if not, they'll give you alternatives. It's free. It's no obligation. 303-996-9000. Jeremy, question. Travel insurance comes in all shapes and sizes. We were just talking to Integra about getting health insurance, health and accident insurance, just health and accident. That's it when you travel. Do you guys sell anything like that?
We don't.
Okay.
No,
now, what about travel insurance? If it's canceled or something, do you guys carry any of that?
We don't, unfortunately, no.
Do you know about the market and what to look out for, or do you know any of the good carriers for regular travel insurance?
I don't. You know, that's a totally, my understanding of what I do is typically get it wherever we're booking the trip. I don't know the specifics of the markets.
No, that's what I wanted to ask. So basically Integra is really where they should go for the accident and health. But for the cancellation, I just don't know where to send them. That's why I wondered if you guys knew any. So it's hard.
Right. No, I don't. I don't have a specific. I know it's important right now.
I've never seen it outside of where you book.
Me too.
I use Costco Travel all the time, and it's one of the things you can purchase. I never have, but it is there.
Okay. Now, in any case, Costco is a great idea because they do offer it, but they only offer it, I think, for the trips they book. Yes, Suzanne?
Somebody called in and said AAA has great travel insurance for going overseas.
Huh. Never thought of that one. Okay. So, Jeremy, thank you, by the way. We appreciate it. And has COVID changed the insurance industry at all? Or is it basically it's the way it's always been? Has anything changed? Because I know everyone else is affected. Is insurance affected at all?
Like less claims?
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, two parts. One, there's less people driving.
Yeah.
So you're going to have less accidents. And we're starting to see rates a bit on that end. On the other end, you know, that kind of goes in the opposite direction is in a bad economy, you're going to see more claims. So you have a $2,000
more claims.
Well, you know, you have a $2,000 claim and you might normally pay that out of pocket because you don't want to hit your rate.
Right.
If you're not working or you're like, I really don't want to part with this money. I know long term it's not a good decision, but I'll deal with that when it comes up. I'm more worried about the immediate parting of the cash.
Gotcha.
So you do see an uptick in smaller claims in any kind of bad economy.
Hey.
So, Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just thought of something, and I hate to sidetrack both of you, but didn't you say that you could put a car in a 17-year-old's
No, hold on. No, I didn't say that. Here's what I'm saying. I'm asking a question. Again, I don't want to turn this into a big, long discussion. Somebody asked if, and maybe you can help me, Jeremy, and I asked Brian Burns. Brian said he thinks you can. Now, here's the caveat. A minor cannot buy a car, okay? So a minor can't buy a car. But a dad or a mom or somebody can buy a car, and they can title it to their minor child, I heard. Now, I'm not sure, and this has nothing to do with insurance, except Brian did say, Brian Burns with Compass, if you do have a kid who has a car, you know, he didn't get into the minor thing. He just said, no matter what, if you have a kid with a car in their own name, they can go on your household insurance if they live with you. They absolutely can. There's no problem with that. That, you know, because you have an insurable risk. So you can put them on your policy without owning the car. But my question, Jeremy, have you ever seen a minor titling with a car titled to them?
I think I have. It's been a long time, but I think I have.
I don't know, and I'm asking, by the way, anybody listening, we know they can't buy a car. Okay, we understand that. They can't enter into a legal contract.
Or a policy and an insurance policy.
Right, well, yeah, the parents have to take out the policy in there, but they can name them as an insurer.
Yeah, I get it.
But I'm wondering, can a minor have a car titled in their name? Call us right away, people. 303-713-TALK if you know.
And what would the
Please don't speculate. If you know. If you know a friend who did it or whatever. What
I'm trying to think, what would a benefit be?
Okay, there are some. Some of the benefits is, first of all, if they're insured and it's in their own name. Some of the benefits are.
So no one can sue them.
No, it's not that they can't sue them. Anybody can sue anybody for anything, but the connection. The connection is not readily available. It's not staring at you on the title.
I got you.
Or on the registration. It's not staring at you like John Smith. Oh, John Smith.
Bill Gates' kid.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even though it might be Cindy Gates, I mean, you know, what you do is if you insure enough, now people are calling. We're going to take your answers right after this. Hang on. Suzanne, make sure they hang on, okay, please. We're going to come right back to that.
Sorry, Jesus.
Exocrine and Colorado Pancreatic first, and then 888-HEAT.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, pretty quiet right now on the drive around the metro area. I-25 moving at or near posted speeds in both directions from the Wyoming border all the way down through Pueblo and beyond. I-70 looking good as well. Just seeing some of the typical flowing on 270 through Commerce City. And in the high country, Loveland Pass remains closed because of adverse conditions. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, cloudy and windy this afternoon. A high right around 40. We'll drop down into the upper 20s overnight tonight. Mostly sunny tomorrow for your Friday with a high in the mid-40s. Some scattered snow showers possible on Saturday with a high of 40.
Here's the issue, though. I don't think it's 16. From what I read, it was 17. We do need to figure it out. How come no one knows it? There's some things in life I found that no one fucking knows until they try to do it.
And when they do, Mark, there's some different answers. What was the one thing you and I always get different answers on? We fucking argue every time you bring it up. Let's talk about pain. I don't want you to accept pain as the new normal. I'm very serious. Pain can destroy your life. What I absolutely love is that this group of doctors got together specifically to help people deal with pain and get their life back, called Colorado Pain Care. This is a real deal. They don't just dole out medications. I mean, if you need them, but they want to get you off it. They have other therapies. They actually have physical therapies, massage, acupuncture. They have customized routines. They have emotional therapy. Listen to this, cognitive therapy. They have biofeedback. They have injections, nerve blocks, radio frequency, nerve control, nerve and spinal cord stimulators. They have so many cutting-edge tools, and they customize it for you. Don't live with pain. At least call them. The call will cost you nothing. None of the consultation will cost you. Call them, ColoradoPainCare.com, 303-GOT-PAIN, ColoradoPainCare.com, 303-GOT-PAIN. And by the way, speaking of pain, speaking of health, speaking of all that, they work with all major insurance. And of course, Integra will help you get that insurance. You just heard my experts from Integra on telling you about health insurance or travel health insurance, whatever you need insurance. Open enrollment ends tomorrow for most insurance, but if you ever have insurance questions, you can still call them because you can get insurance with life-changing events. Keep Integra Insurance in mind all the time. Health insurance made simple and smart. You always save with Integra. IntegraInsurance.com, 303-466-5500.
You know what? We got a DMV person.
888 heat coming up in about 30 seconds.
Suzanne.
Yes, we can look forward to 2021.
We still have a DMV connection, right?
You beg these people to stay on, right?
Ask them if a 17 or 16-year-old can be titled.
Celebrate the new year by playing over 5,000 levels of the best puzzle game out there. Download Best Fiends for free from the App Store or Google Play. That's friends without the R. Best Fiends.
Well, insurance and okay, we'll bring them up, but insurance is impossible. No, unless he's emancipated. Hey, let me tell you about 888 Heating. Suzanne was whispering in my ear like she does at home, so I accidentally didn't start on time. But actually, listen to this. 888 Heating, I'm not kidding. I swear to you, these guys are great. Here's why. They give you choices and options, whatever you want to call it. If you call them up to come out and fix your furnace, guess what? They're going to come out and give you a price to fix the furnace, even if it's an older furnace. A lot of companies will try to cram a brand new one down your throat at that point. They'll give you the options. And if you do want to buy a new furnace, here's what I love as well. Good, better, best. What does that mean? They have economical units that almost anybody can afford, all the way up to the top of the line stuff. 98% efficiency, very quiet. You get the idea. 888heating.com, 888heating.com.
If you've ever sold a home, you know it's a hassle.
What'd you do?
I was making you that was a mirror.
Not to mention the surprise show. What if I told you there was a stress-free way to buy and sell a home? Well, go to Orchard.com. Their Move First service helps you buy, then list your old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with showings, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price, Orchard can also handle making repairs.
When is really this whole thing going to catch up with us? This whole
we got our new home.
Probably late this year or mid this year.
Price on our old one. Highly recommend.
Another client.
It's going to be all the BK stuff, unless if they do a bailout of some sort.
Most importantly, we have 7 other offers for our new home. Go to Orchard.com now.
What do you
enter
crap?
your address and get started with the.
I knew they would hang. God damn it!
Oh, both of them.
That's Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, so you might be kicking yourself in the head.
We really should just email DMV though.
Take advantage of our new fast track loan with a.
And it's not buy a car. Just phrase it right. Can a car be titled in a minor's name?
No fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender.
There's no way the insurance.
Even if you
No, but the insurance you wouldn't. Well, actually, they would sell the insurance in her name alone. They would. They, honest to God, Compass has. They said they fucking do that for a lot of households. They have insurance kits, but it would cost $6,000.
But you can't sue a child.
I don't know, Mark. $6,000. You can absolutely. They offered you the policy. I'm going to show. Well, I don't. You don't care about that.
I don't. What would it cover?
I don't know. It covers the kid.
We should ask them about that. Because that doesn't.
That's
you can't sue a minor.
That's a separate issue.
Well, it's big time off this, yes. But you can't sue a minor. You can't do it. So I don't understand what the insurance would be no good because as the guardian, you're still fucking responsible.
A blood clot which could travel to your lung and lead to a
Yeah,
I don't get any of this shit.
It's some weird shit. Oh, I bet it's insurance to cover that if the kid does do something and they come after you, they'll pay out. That's probably what it is.
If a 16-year-old with a license walks into McDonald Hyundai with $50,000 to buy a vehicle, can they sell a vehicle to them?
No.
You can't sell a vehicle to a minor.
You can't sell it because that's a contract.
Can we sell Miles' vehicle to a 17-year-old?
No, that's not the question.
I understand that. I'm just asking
you
what's
can't.
the side
A
note.
minor, unless they're emancipated properly, that doesn't just mean saying I'm on my own. By the way, I was actually emancipated, literally.
I don't think Colorado does it, but Jersey did.
And just so you guys know, my DMV guy is email only. So I emailed him the question that you said, not purchase, just can you title? But line 1 says...
So, like, I can
know
walk
this.
in.
You can't, and don't tell me because I don't want to be... But as far as what they're saying, I know they can't enter into a contract.
No, of course not. They can go buy all the timeshares they want.
But they go out and buy things retail.
Denver's talk station has your shot to win $1,000. You got 12 chances a day, every weekday. Listen at 5 past the hour for the 12K a day giveaway.
Minors can be
sponsored by Guy Reese on 630 KHOW.
You can sue a minor.
Your home and save 10%.
All right, hold on. The new legislation expedites the legal process by making it legal to release their minors' rights to sue. So a minor can sue, never mind. Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Okay, Tommy, what do you have to say
a
about
minor? We wanted to know if minors can have a car titled in their name. We weren't going to talk about the purchase. They can't enter into a contract, oddly enough. We're wondering, can they actually have something titled in their name? Sir.
Tommy here.
Yeah, Tommy, go.
Long time, first time.
Thank you.
You guys are great. Lunch bets and all.
Thanks.
Love it.
Thank you, man.
Hey, got a 17-year-old stepson, and he actually has a car titled in his own name. He purchased it from a individual buyer, and he was able to license it under his own name. Now, he's under our insurance because he's in the
No, that's fine. Yeah, but he's 17. Now, Mark saw something where in some states 17 is fine, but I'm wondering about a 16-year-old. You know, I'm wondering about a 16-year-old. If that is...
Yeah, he had just...
He's 17. Now, again, I don't know if Colorado makes a difference between 16 and 17. I don't know why 17 makes a difference. Mark, where did you see the 17-year-old thing? Was that Colorado?
No, it was...
another state?
No, I didn't even see the state. It was Quora, too. And we know everybody answers Quora.
I understand other things with Colorado that your children, minor children, you can be responsible for them up to the age of 19 in Colorado. Is what I was told.
Well, for child support. For child support.
Yeah, things of that nature.
But that's only for child support. That's in their 18th year.
Then I guess it doesn't make a wash, but at 17 he lives with us. He bought it himself, titled it, got the
Wait, he bought it himself? He entered into a contract?
It sounds like he bought a junk car, though.
Well, it's 2001. He paid
No. What I mean by that is it was junked out. It was totaled, you said, right?
No, it's not.
I don't know. I did a deal.
I'm wondering.
Go ahead.
No, it was bought from an individual. So when you guys,
he just didn't know. They just didn't know better. Because technically, a contract can't be entered into by a minor. Technically, I mean.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of it. If I sold a car and the kid showed up with cash, who cares? What? Well, who cares?
I mean, I guess. Do we have anybody else that wants to chime in? Suzanne, 303-713-TALK. I'm going to take... I just wondered. But anyway, Bob, you did some work and you didn't get paid. What kind of work is it, Bob?
I spoke to you a couple times about this, Tom. I took your advice the last time I called you, and I entered into the lien process.
Good. Good. You did some home improvements, and the company did not pay you. Did you put a lien on it yet?
No, I was told that I had to do the intent to lien, which is a 10-day notice.
Did you do that?
Yes, and I did this.
Good.
I did this, and this provoked him to the point where he said that that's why I'm not getting paid. He was prepared to pay me, so he said...
Well, too bad. You're going to put a lien on it. That's what you have to do. I know this guy is bluffing. He's got to pay you. So he says, okay, now that you did that, I'm really not going to pay you, right?
Yes. He inclined that had caused a lot more work that needs to take place in order for him to be able to get the check available for me.
This guy's just a liar. I hear lies all over the place. What's his name?
A.J. LaFrancis.
And the name of the business?
3 Squares, I believe. 3 Squares Construction.
Listen, you know what? You need to get back when we can give this to one of our deputies to work on this. We need to call him directly. This sucks. This sucks for you, man.
Weren't you going to lien?
He is. He did send out the intent to lien. So let's go step by step and do it. And then, listen, it's too bad you got to get the homeowners involved, but you're going to have to do it because these people will not, they just won't, I don't think they're going to sit still for it. I think they're going to put pressure on the contractor. So just call back. Suzanne, just have him get back to us tomorrow. I mean, let's just get an attorney on. That's what I wanted. Or also we'll get a deputy working on it. 303's up, and never mind. Let me just say this. 303 Martino, when you hear the podcast, no matter when you hear it, and referralist.com. Save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino.
Totally off the time.
Okay, now this Nathan guy is sending me, Nathan's a good guy. He's sending me stuff about trades, and I see what he's doing. Every day he's making money, but it's all on paper. So in other words, what do you need if you want to get interested? I don't see anything to invest in yet because all he's doing is